My fiance slid a prenup across the table to protect her future $2 million inheritance, while I've been paying every bill for 2 years. In that moment, I realized she didn't want a teammate. She wanted a sponsor. I'm Noah, 30, a software engineer. My fiance Claire and I have been together 3 years, living together for 2. When we moved in, she just quit her marketing job because her boss was awful. I said I'd cover things for a few months while she figured herself out. Our rent is $2,400. With utilities, groceries, her car insurance, phone, and going out, our life costs about $4 grand a month. For 2 years, that's all been me. Every time I asked about work, a new phase began. First photography, new camera, classes, editing software, thousands gone before she decided clients would ruin the art. Then therapy twice a week to focus on mental health, which I also paid for. Then a yoga teacher course because maybe my calling is helping people heal. Another chunk of cash, still no job. Anytime I raised money, she'd say, I'm still finding myself, as my bank account quietly shrank. Then came the prenup. We were at a nice restaurant when she pulled a folder from her bag. My grandpa's trust releases when I'm 30, she said. There's about $2 million in it. My parents want a prenup before we get married. That sounded reasonable until I read it. Everything I earned during the marriage, salary, bonuses, 401k, anything I built would be marital property, split 50-50 in a divorce. Her inheritance and anything it made, completely separate. If we split, she'd walk with her millions plus half of what I'd built while funding both of us. So you get full protection and I get none? I asked. She shrugged. It's my family's money. They worked hard for it. And what do you think I've been doing? I said. I paid every bill for 2 years. Her eyes narrowed. So you are after my inheritance? I knew this was about money. That's when I finally asked. In these 2 years, how much have you actually contributed to our household? She bristled. I've been working on myself, on my anxiety. You said you supported that. I do, I told her. But working on yourself doesn't mean never working. I've carried everything while you wait for a trust fund. Now you want me to sign a contract saying, if this goes wrong, you keep your $2 million and half of what I earn. How is that fair? She stood up, voice rising. You're trying to control me with money. You're making me feel unsafe. A real partner would just sign. I stayed calm. A real partner would also share some risk. I don't want your grandfather's money. I want a partnership. If you want a prenup, fine. But first, get a job and start paying half the rent and groceries. Once you're acting like an equal, we can talk about protecting what's yours and what's mine. She stared at me for a long second, grabbed her purse, and walked out. She stayed at her parents that night. I hoped a little space would make her see I wasn't trying to steal anything. Instead, her mother called first thing the next morning, furious. You're financially abusing my daughter, she said. She's trying to find herself and you're threatening to cut her off. A real man would make her feel secure. I actually laughed. For 2 years, I've paid for everything, I said. Claire hasn't worked a day since we moved in. She wants a prenup that locks up her $2 million while everything I earn is on the line. And I'm the controlling one? Her mom went quiet, then muttered, she's going through a difficult time. She can go through it while paying rent, I replied. Like everybody else? I told her to tell Claire that when she's ready to be an equal, earning, paying bills, sharing risks, we can talk about marriage and a fair prenup. Until then, the wedding is off, and the venue deposit can come from the trust they care so much about. It's been several days. She's sent long texts about how love should mean unconditional financial safety, and how I don't understand trauma. I haven't answered. The prenup didn't create our problem. It just showed me, in writing, that her money must always be safe and mine must always be available. If you were in my place, would you sign that prenup or walk away too?